Hey, what's going on, guys? I usually pop in the Badass Business Summit video, but I'm so excited to hang out with Miss Hannah. I said to hell with it. And we're just going to jump in and have some fun. But if you guys don't know me, Donnie Bovine, CEO and founder of the Success Champion family of companies. And today we're talking about the Badass Business Summit and all the fun and amazing things you'll find there in, I think, 9 days. We are so damn close to this. I'm so excited. But Hannah is one of our amazing speakers. She is an absolute rock star, one of the most compassionate people I've ever met when it comes to helping people with their life, their finances, their pure love and joy of living. So she's been a blessing to have around in my world. I've been glad to know her. So Miss Hannah, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Tell the world a little bit about you and what you're speaking about at the summit.
Oh, yes. I am so excited too, Donnie. Like truly can't wait to see everyone in person. And thank you for that
You're
intro.
very
That's
welcome.
the
Meant every words.
bringing compassion and bringing joy and life and love into what we see as prosperity. Really is central to what I do in the world. I'm the founder and owner of X Squared Wealth Planning, and I am an entrepreneurial wealth coach and financial advisor together. And what that means is that I not only help people with the investment and implementation side of how do we build wealth. Yeah, you know what? That's based on data and numbers and facts and figures. But you can't ever really do the work to implement what you want to build in the world if you don't address everything that comes up to block you when you try to go to make those financial decisions. It's all about how you feel and cultivating the inner safety around the money game so that you can then implement out in the world, and really build wealth that's transformational for your business and your family and the change you want to make in the world.
God, I love that. A lot of us grew up, whether we were blue collar kids or whether we grew up with parents that weren't necessarily wealthy individuals. There's a lot of mental head trash that comes along when you start talking and thinking about, money in general. And I remember the first time someone looked at me and said, Donnie, you're making the exact amount of money you believe you should be making and not a penny more. And I went, shit. That is a
Yeah.
powerful damn statement. And it proved to me at that point of how many mental head trash, mental blocks that I had trying to learn to build wealth and break out of my own, I don't want to say bad upbringing. My parents are absolutely amazing, but their way of handling money became my way of handling and managing money, which came from their parents, and continue to pass down generations. And it takes somebody to really want to break the mold of their own programming to be able to get out there and do more financially and live in that regard. So I so love that you come from this perspective and this side of things. Where does that compassion come from? I mean, as usually when people you meet are your financial advisors, your wealth management type of folk, they're only focused on getting your investment side of things, not working on you as a person.
Yeah. Yes, that's such a good point. Because there, it is numbers, right? Like that is important. And so it does take, someone with that side of their brain, really functioning well, to be able to put together a plan, right? That makes sense and that honors, where we are logically. The logic is really important. But me being in that world, I was part of a big broker dealer, a big practice, for almost 14 years. And being in that world really showed me the like this huge gap where they were always addressing the numbers, always addressing like, if you just do, these 5 steps, you'll get there.
Right.
Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, if you take these, 4 turns and go this way, you will get to McDonald's. Yeah. That's one way to look at it, but there was never enough um, emphasis put on the relationship side. And so for me, when I started seeing that, I started seeing that, in particular. So this is the example that I'll give, that applies to men and women, but especially with women. when they would come into meetings with advisors, they would not even ask questions. They would not have any say. If they did ask a question, I would watch the advisor, look at them, and then turn and answer the other partner. And, so it fosters this sense of like, oh, I don't get to know, I don't get to understand this. I just have to listen and do, and that's it. And when people are in this space of I just have to listen and do, then they start to block it, right? And they're like, I don't really want to talk to that person. I don't really want to, go because I feel bad. I feel bad when I'm in that meeting. I don't understand it. I just never feel like I'm on the right path. And so when I became a financial advisor and I started working with clients on my own, I got people saying things like, no one has ever talked to me like that before. No one has ever answered my questions the way that you listen and then answer my questions. And for me, I was like, I feel like I'm just being a human.
Right.
Right. I feel like I'm just like having a conversation and like listening to understand before I talk.
For me, what's fascinating about that is I watched Shaquille O'Neal on stage one point. He was being interviewed. And yeah, that dude is freaking large up close. I mean, you think he's large, on screens and stuff. He's large up close. But one of the questions that was asked of him was, why did he go so far to get a doctorate? He said, because when he sat in the business meetings, as just a basketball player, nobody took him serious. So he went and he got his bachelor's or whatever, and then he said it still wouldn't take him serious. So he went and got his master's. They still wouldn't take him serious. So he went and got a doctorate degree. And it took him getting to a doctorate degree before people would actually start taking him serious and allow him to participate in the conversations. And I only say to say that is you're shortcutting that. Let me go get the doctorate degree level of education and teaching people how to actually wrap their head around this so they know the correct questions to ask, so they feel comfortable in that dialogue and leaning in and want to know more. I mean, that's a powerful place to come from. And I think that's just a feather in your cap for how you show up in everything you do. And that's why I said you've been a blessing to be around. At the summit in particularly, what are some of the big highlights and takeaways people would get from attending, seeing your speech, and what can they expect to hear from you?
Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited. I am debuting a new presentation
Oh,
at
fun.
the summit. So I'm super excited to be like rolling out this new system, really, if we want to call it that. I don't even want to really call it a system, but it's just a 3-step process that is so easy to repeat over and over. Once you embody, once you take it in and say like, hey, what I want, what I desire is important. How do I go get it? How do I go create it in the world? So at the summit, what we're going to talk about is how to have it all and what having it all actually means.
God, I love that.
Because for each person, you hear that and you're like, oh, you can't have it all. What a dumb thing to say. No one can have it all. Well, guess what? I don't want the it all that Donnie Bovin wants.
For
I
sure.
want the it all that Hannah Chapman wants. So if we all can define what it is that we truly care about in our business, in our life, for our legacy, for community, whatever it is, we have to define it for ourselves and then just let go of the rest and chase after what we really want. And so that's what, to me, that's what having it all means. And we're going to go through a little bit of the process for discovery, for alignment, and for expansion to get a taste of how you actually do that.
And I love everything about that. I have a firm belief that if you can fix your own financial head trash, your own financial blocks, the ability to really grow your business gets a lot simpler. Not easy, but a lot simpler because you can see a lot bigger picture and you can actually see your shot at building something that allows the money to come in like it's
Mhm.
supposed to be without you screwing it all up and hitting your own ceiling, because that's how mentally as far as you can think you can go. So this is
Mhm.
going to be amazing and fun. I'm really stoked and excited to have you there. So So if you guys haven't got it, we only have 5 tickets left to the entire summit. So we are almost sold out of this whole damn thing, which is really freaking exciting.
Yeah.
So the dates are September 22nd through the 24th. If you guys would like to join us, get your butts there. Ton of networking. The great thing about all of our speakers is not only will Hannah be on stage, she'll be a participant sitting in the crowd, so you'll get plenty of time to ask questions and interact. It is somebody the other day said, their favorite thing about the Badass Business Summit is it's like an adult summer camp with a lot of knowledge that happens. So I thought that was a fun description. So but please get your tickets last minute to get those. We're only 9 days away. September 22nd through the 24th here in Fort Worth, Texas. Come meet Hannah. Come meet the rest of the badass speakers. And it's going to be a hell of a time. Come network. Come grow your business and have a lot of fun. So thank you for being you, my dear. You are awesome.
Thank you.
Ooh, I didn't go.
Hey, what's up, champions? Donnie Bovine here, CEO and founder of Success Champions Networking, author of Endless Stream of Referrals, and the founder of the Badass Business Summit. This year, I'm excited. We're bringing the Badass Business Summit back to Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th, and this is going to be an event like no other. 23 amazing speakers all around the idea of business development, business growth, and how to scale your business. Networking at a level that you have never seen before. Attendees last year said this is the best business conference and event they have ever attended. You will walk away with actionable insight, tangible things that you can use in your business. This isn't a conference where you're going to come and just leave with pages and pages of notes and never implement. You will be taking actions during the event, working on your business so you can build to business freedom that you set out to create here through everything. You're going to grow your business with amazing get shit done individuals that will inspire you to go bigger and louder. So the Badass Business Summit takes place live in Fort Worth, Texas, September 22nd through the 24th. We have one goal and mission to get you in the right mindset and giving you the skills that allow you to grow and ultimately scale your business. It is the one business growth event you can't afford to miss. Get your tickets at badassbusinesssummit.com, and we are excited to see you there.